Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Chelmsford High School Football Live. I'm Dan Kachufis, joined by Bruce Byman and Stu Weisfeld. And the Lions really played great last game. They shut out Andover.
Very solid victory for Chelmsford last week, Dan. Both, particularly from the defensive side of the field, I thought Andover is getting better, and they showed that they have the ability to play. Chelmsford still shut them down.
I thought it was kind of nice to see Andover give our boys a little bit of resistance. And the interesting thing is, this is the first shutout that Chelmsford has pitched since 1995 when they beat Central Catholic. So it's kind of a long time in happening, but our team gave our coaches something to work on this week.
Definitely one thing that happened last week that I'm sure the coaches really weren't pleased with is the fact that Andover got around the end and put a lot of pressure on Mark Brown.
It was a game that I think was a reality check in some ways, I think, for Chelmsford. I agree with the doctor that, and I don't do that very often, but in this case
Thank
I
you
am.
Very much. I appreciate it.
The Lions were tested, and they realized that even teams that had not won in this conference have some ability to play football, and I think that's going to be a good thing. Dan's correct.
Well, definitely for next year. One thing about next year is that Merrimack Valley is moving from Division II to Division I next year. It's certainly based on the quality and the caliber of the teams in this division. So,
excellent commentary. I think we in the Valley deserve to be in the Division I. I've seen Chelmsford play some Division I teams, play them very well. So I think it's a good thing happening here.
Definitely. So with that, we're going to take a look at what the highlight package looks like from Andover. Take a look at some of the positives. I'm Dan Kachufis, making my return to the reporting end of things. I'm here with Coach Rich. Coach Rich, last week your squad played well.
Well, thank you, Dan. The kids came out. We started out fast out of the gates with that great play by Jeff Smart and Cass. And that was a nice way to start the game off. Second series, we came right out, and I think it took 4 plays to score. And then Andover toughened up. They gave us a little more of a game than we had expected. Second half, they were basically teeing off on us. They were just centering the house after Brownie, so we decided to run off tackle a little bit, and that pretty much took care of things.
Yeah, I noticed last week against Andover did a lot of coming around the outside. Do you think that's something Lowell might try this week?
I think you'll see Lowell come after us just the way that Andover did. We're passing the ball more now. The teams that pass the ball need to get pressure to stop them, and I think we'll be pressured all day. I think you'll see lots of people stunting from the outside. We'll need to pick them up. We'll probably throw the ball a little bit shorter today. You'll see more maximum protection, meaning 9 people blocking and 1-man routes in this particular game. And I think if we can go one-on-one with some of their defensive backs, we should have a good night.
How does Lowell match up to you guys? I know Andover overall a little bit faster than you guys, or they had a lot of kids that were fairly fast, but how does Lowell match up to you guys?
I think we're fairly even as far as the physical part of the game with Lowell. They're a Jekyll Hyde type of team. 1 week they play Billerica, very tough, 35-34, and the next week they get shellacked. So you don't know what to figure. They're up and they're down, and I hope we see a team that's somewhere in between, and hopefully we're up.
All right, sounds good. Well, Chelmsford 4-0 and doing a great job so far this season. Thanks a lot for your time, Coach. And welcome back, everyone. Joined by Kevin Redmond. Kevin, today Chelmsford playing Lowell. Lowell got beat around pretty good against Tewksbury last week.
Yeah, Lowell really took that one on the chin, and the way their whole season's gone, you just don't know which team is going to show up. If you look at the films of them against Billerica, you swallow hard and say, geez, we're going to have our hands full tonight. Or if you look at Tewksbury, you think, what are we going to have tonight? But I don't think Lowell's going to lie down for Chelmsford. They never do.
Definitely not. Chelmsford is probably Lowell's biggest rivalry as of this point. They lost Lawrence, as we all know. And now Chelmsford is really all that they have. So what are you expecting tonight?
I think Lowell's going to try and take a page out of Andover's book last week. We saw Andover put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Brownie, from the sides, from the outside, so I think they'll see what they can do about that, keep him on the run, and then take their chances on Chelmsford's running game. They finally had a 100-yard rusher last week. Chelmsford did, so I think they're going to focus on Brownie defensively and see if that gets them anywhere.
I would agree. I think, Kevin, you're right on target. I think you have to take away one thing from Chelmsford, and it appears as though it might be the weapon is the pass this year, and I think Lowell will probably try to take that away. It's been a very competitive series over the past few years, Lowell and Chelmsford, and it's been a great rivalry, the two teams.
Yeah, they've split the last 6 games, and we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen Chelmsford in its great years of the mid-'90s when they were winning titles have a tough time with Lowell, and we saw Lowell really put the hurting on Chelmsford when they had a couple of down years, and now Chelmsford appears to be back on the rise, and Lowell's having the type of year where beating one team can make it, and if they had to pick one opponent that they could beat, it'd be Chelmsford.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, Kevin, when you said that they're like the girl with the curl, that you just don't know who's going to show up for Lowell. They can be very, very good, and they can show you a team that is not as good, and I think their coaches probably have to be wondering what the story is.
Yeah, I think so. When they put up some impressive numbers through the air this year, so we might see a lot of balls getting thrown for both sides, and Chelmsford's defense, we'll see if they can keep the pressure up. Defensive line's been very good, 4 or 5 sacks a game. They still haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in a couple of seasons now. So Lowell, as much as Chelmsford might be wondering what we get, Lowell knows what it's going to get tonight. They just have to solve it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so with that, we're actually going to take a look at the highlight package now. Now, you guys probably at home figured out that was actually the Coach Rich interview that we saw, but this is the highlight package, I hope. But we're going to take a look at that right now. Highlights against Andover.
In the first quarter, Jeff Smart runs 70 yards for a touchdown.
Got a receiver, Jeff Smart down the sideline. Jeff is outrunning the Andover players. He's down the sideline, close to the end zone. He may score, and he did. Brown back to
Tim
pass.
Hall makes
Looks
a
out to the flat.
controversial
He's got his
touchdown
receiver
for the
wide
line.
open, close to the end zone, and it's in for a touchdown.
In the second quarter, Eric Mounty makes a great field goal.
Right at the end of the second period. And this one looks real good, folks. And it is. He's nailed this one.
In the third quarter, Andy Sheridan runs 50 yards for an
Hands off,
incomplete
gets a nice
touchdown.
block from Jeff Smart. This is Andy Sheridan down the sideline. If he's got the speed, he's going to score. He gets pushed out of bounds.
In the fourth quarter, John Kidd battles his way for another Lions victory.
He's got to be in the end zone, and he is. Touchdown for Chelmsford.
And we are back. This week, you got a big game here, Chelmsford Lowell, and you also got Billerica Central Catholic. That's a huge one.
That's a real Merrimack Valley contest tonight, I think, with those two teams. They're both certainly contenders. One of them undefeated, Billerica stubbing their toe a little bit, but boy, they've bounced back, and they're just rolling over people, and that should be a real fine football game.
Whoever wins that game will be primed to beat us, so let's hope we go into those games undefeated.
Definitely. Gentlemen, your predictions for tonight?
Well, as we said last week, this is what I would consider Lowell's Super Bowl. When they come to Chelmsford, they're high. I think it's going to be Chelmsford about 28, Lowell 14 tonight.
I guess I'm mixed, and I like your 28 number, so I'll stay with that, but I think Lowell gets 7 points, and we'll see. Dan?
I'm gonna actually take I'll take the 28. I guess we're all going with 28, so that's not a problem. I think Lowell plays us a little bit closer. I'm gonna go with 28-21 for it.
Well, if it's your game, Dan, we're going to have a real viewing audience then, and people tuning in during the week, so it could be.
Definitely. Yep. And this week, I think, as you said before, Lowell really is going to come out, very strong, very well.
By the way, Chelmsford's going for their 10th straight victory at home. They've had 9 in a row at home, and this is going to be the 10th, hopefully.
And they've had 2 losses over the past 2.5 seasons now, for a total of 4 points. They're certainly the team, I think, that's pointed to in the Merrimack Valley, and they've along with Billerica and Central, they've been really consistent football teams.
Credit to the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
They've really reinstituted pride, Lion pride, I guess you want to call it. They've done a great job.
Rebuilt quickly.
Yes, did a great job.
Definitely. Last year, obviously, there were questions about the team at the beginning of the season, and they quickly put those questions to rest. And this year, there really weren't a lot of questions. Chelmsford is actually ranked number 9 in the state in the Boston Globe Top 100 poll for Eastern Massachusetts. Billerica is ranked 23rd or 22nd. They're around there, and Lowell is somewhere down by the bottom of the list. But certainly a tough football
Lowell
team.
has struggled. I've seen them play this year, and I was not impressed the first time I saw them. I was very impressed the second time I saw them, and we've said it before. I don't know who's come from Lowell tonight, and I'm not sure that anyone else does either.
The biggest thing for Lowell, or for Chelmsford anyhow, is going to be to stop their running back, Ross, who's really one of their main offensive threats.
Their quarterback's a fine player too. Senek is a real solid football player. He almost single-handedly defeated Bill Ricker 2 weeks ago, so he's a force for them.
Watching him in the warm-ups, he's got a great arm, right on target, throws a nice pass. Let's hope Chelmsford's pass defense continues to play well.
It certainly could be an aerial show tonight between two reasonably good quarterbacks and having good seasons. I know Mark Brown is threatening some Chelmsford High School passing records, and Jeff Smart's coming close to receiving records. So they've played only 4 football games, and their numbers are impressive.
The interesting thing is the fourth quarter of the Andover game, I mentioned to Coach Rich during the week. I said, we played Chelmsford football. And he turned to me, he said, you mean smash mouth? I said, yeah, you took it on the ground and went 50 yards, all on the ground, and scored very easily. So we don't know what Chelmsford's going to do tonight.
So with that, we're actually going to go to a quick commercial break, and then after that, we're going to be up in the booth, and we'll have the start of this football game. See the marching band coming out onto the field right now. Lowell and Chelmsford are both meeting on their respective sidelines, and the officials have just come onto the field, so we're almost set to go here from Simonian Stadium. So with that, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, we're back. The officials are in the center of the field meeting with the team captains, and we're getting ready to decide who's going to receive and kick off. Chelmsford is going to receive. Lowell will be kicking off to the Lions, Dan.
Sounds good. Certainly the way you want things to happen. Remember last week, Chelmsford scoring on the first play from scrimmage.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Chelmsford has played 4 football games, and they have scored the first time in each one of those games. So we'll see what happens tonight. 4 for 4 so far.
Definitely, they really need to go with the tempo. You know, really establish the tempo early in the game.
Let's hope that that pattern continues to repeat itself, because it's something that it's something we're really looking forward to tonight. Great night for a football game. We've been blessed with 2 Fridays in a row, Dan, of just fabulous football weather. Couldn't really be nicer for this time of the year.
Oh, definitely. This is absolutely outstanding. It was 70 degrees today. It's probably a cool 50 degrees right now, but
I have to admit I was a little worried, Dan, when I came here tonight and I saw Dan very warmly attired in 46 degrees we just heard. And Dan was dressed very warmly, and he assures me that he's going to take good care of me with clothing as the season rolls along. All right, we're about ready to go, Dan.
definitely this is a big game, for both squads. Chelmsford needs to come out and establish dominance right away. Number 6, you don't have Jeff Smart out there to receive, but it's Tim Holt and number 23, Andy Sheridan, back deep to receive.
Right. I do see Jeff right along the sideline, so I think maybe they're just going to give him a little bit of a break right now in some of the return duties. Tim Holt and Andy Sheridan awaiting the kickoff from Lowell High School, number 7, who is Sean Callery, about ready to tee it up for Lowell High School.
If I'm not mistaken, Chelmsford has gotten that opening kickoff in most of their games this season.
Yes, they have, and they've established good field position. So let's see if we can do that again. Here we go. Callery's kick is low, coming down to Sheridan. Picks it up and starts back up the middle and breaks clean up to the 40-yard line of Chelmsford Lions, maybe the 42, Dan. Nice return again, good field position.
Right, they're gonna call it dead there at the 42. Great return. Sheridan just found the seam right up the middle and couldn't break free. Found the second line of Lowell defenders right there.
That's right. So Mark Brown leads the Lions onto the field. They will start 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. No wind tonight, Dan. Very calm.
No, it certainly will hold well for the Lions. If they do happen to get into field goal range, they need Eric Mounsey. Certainly a great kicker, but it always helps when you don't have wind.
That's right. Lone setback is, and we have a whistle before anything, and some kind of a dead ball foul. Not the way you want to start, I don't think.
Coming from the right side of the line, most likely it's a false start.
Dead ball foul, procedure, offense.
So that's makes it 1st and 15, and we're going to bring the ball back now to about the 37-yard line of Chelmsford. And before the ball's even snapped, we have a flag on the field.
Yeah, not a good way to start for the Lions. Might have been a little bit of motion on that right side of the line, which is where the flag came from, but
Everybody wants to snap the ball that first play, hit somebody, and the game starts. Brown back to pass, looking downfield, sideline. It's caught by a Lowell player, but I believe he's out of bounds, and he was.
Yeah,
Intended for Jeff Ravanas over there.
yeah, what I really like, already what I'm seeing on that play, they're going with a double tight end formation. But what they had is a very nice block by Mike Smith out on the end, the tight end.
He did have ample time to throw the football. Lowell covered that play very well. They certainly expected Chelmsford to throw the football there. So it brings up a 2nd and about 15, exactly 15 to go. Chelmsford has the ball in their own 37-yard line.
I'd like to see, and then the rest of this drive, I'd like to see Chelmsford establish the run. Looks like they have Walsh in the backfield, too.
Yes, they do. Brown calling signals. And he turns and he fakes the ball, and he's throwing long downfield to number 3, Sopel. And that's James Sopel. He was extremely well covered. Lowell defensive backs have been right there, 2 for 2.
Looks like they're using a zone coverage, especially with that safety. Right there, number 10, the safety is Chris Senek, who's also the quarterback, extremely talented. And really, he did a nice job.
He's a real fine football player. Lowell will gain the ability to stay in the football. The longer they stay in the football game, the more courage they will show.
3rd down, Chelmsford almost forced to throw right here.
Brown back again to pass, looks to the sideline. Receiver is there, just overthrown, and it's too bad because the Lowell defender had slipped down. Pass intended for Jeff Smart. He was wide open, but Lowell has done something that no other team has done this year, and Chelmsford's 3 and out.
3 and out, yeah, and really not, good pass coverage from Lowell, but Mark Brown overthrew his receiver, all 3 pass attempts.
Yes, he did. Maybe not wanting to force the ball in there, so it's Eric Mounsey back to kick, to punt to the Lowell football team, and it looks like their deep receivers are, I believe, Senek and possibly Ross. High snap, but Mounsey gets the kick off, and it's a beautiful kick. Coming down to Chris Senek, who turns right, fumbles the football, and it looks like Chelmsford's on the football. There's a big pile up. The official even in the pile that time, Dan.
See what the call is right
See
here.
who has it. Who comes up?
Lowell came up with the
came
ball.
up with the football. Wow, I thought 2 Chelmsford players right there. I thought we might come back with that football. Senek coughed it up, and he put it on the ground, but Chelmsford just couldn't pick it up.
Now it's really time for the Chelmsford defense to really step it up.
Lowell has the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line, and I agree. It's a test for their defense now, for Chelmsford's defense.
Their tailback Ross, Jeff Ross, number 22, only started playing football his freshman year.
Senek keeps the ball in the option, and he's got some room to the outside. A nice gain down the sideline, and he's still going down the sideline. A real nice play by the quarterback, number 10, who is Chris Senek. He got a nice block from his end, and down the sideline he went for a gain of about 30.
That's really what Andover had success with. They really didn't, with the freshman quarterback, you can't really expect them to throw the ball all that much. And a lot of their success came around the end against the Chelmsford defense.
That's right.
Lowell taking a page right out of Andover's
going to attack
playbook.
the same way. He did step out of bounds a little bit further upfield, but it's 1st and 10. The ball is on the Chelmsford 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Lowell. Senek, the quarterback, back in motion, gives to the receiver, coming wide again. This time there isn't much there. Chelmsford defense stepped up pretty well that time. And number 46, Barry McDonald, and Evan Dunn on the tackle, Dan.
Yeah. McDonald and Dunn, two really outstanding defensive players for the Lions. Dunn also doubles, as everyone knows, as the left guard.
That was a gain of 2 yards, so it's 2nd down and 8 for Lowell.
Excuse me, Dunn
Early in the first period. Senek, the quarterback, and straight ahead to his fullback. The ball is carried by number 31, Bob Terrio. Terrio picks up about 4. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Lowell moving the ball very well so far. We're going to take a look at some defensive stats. That's Willette. Had a very good game, 4 individual tackles for him. Evan Dunn, 11 tackle assists. Morangi had 4 individual tackles himself. Mike Tusignan, 6 individual tackles, 5 assists. Leahy had 6.
All right, we're back. It's 3rd and 5. Lowell. Lowell is going toward the left. Number 3 is the ball carrier for Lowell, and number 3 is Pat Donovan. He's down close to the first down. Lowell is moving impressively early in the first period with 8:43 to go.
They really are, and they see that run right off tackle, and anything off guard or off center, really you have a tough time against the Chelmsford defense. That's Pat Daly, linebacker, 3 individual tackles. 3 tackle assists for John McIsaac. McDonald, 5 tackle assists. Palumbo did a good job, 6 individual tackles.
He's done a good job all season, I think, Dan. He stepped up and really played well in the secondary.
Right there. O'Brien, 2 individual tackles, you see.
Okay, we're back live. Lowell indeed did pick up the first down. They have the ball inside the Chelmsford 25-yard line to about the 23. 1st and 10, Lowell. Senek, the quarterback, and he fumbles it again. He dropped the ball, but I think he dropped himself right on top of it.
Yeah, I think so, right there. Right on top of the ball, Tusignan in on top of him. That's going to be about a 1-yard loss for Lowell.
Right, Morangi and Tusignat right there to cover it up.
Take a look at the last player in Chelmsford's defense, Brian Viglione, number 43. 3 individual tackles, 2 assists, and he recovered a fumble.
Okay, Lowell, 2nd and 11, the 24-yard line. In motion is Senek, has the ball, he keeps it, looks for his receiver, who is number 91, I'm sorry, check that, number 31, and that's Bob Terrio. Came out of the backfield, little swing pass.
Yeah, out of the backfield. Senek was in trouble. He was being chased by a Chelmsford defender and forced him to throw the ball. It was a good pass, but just went right through Terrio's hands.
Okay, that's a break for Chelmsford. It brings up 3rd and 11. Ball is just inside the 25-yard line of Chelmsford. Lowell has 2 plays now, I'm sure, to pick up the first down. So they're going to look for maybe 7 or 8 on this play and 3 or 4 on the next play. Double wing for Lowell. Senek, the quarterback. In motion, coming this side. Senek is looking. He's got the field spread, and he is drilled from behind. He got about the 6 or 7, and a tackle by Mike Tusignan, who came back and pursued him.
Yeah, what I saw there, I think that you could have called a hold on the guard as Tusignan was coming through the middle. I believe it was Tusignan coming through the middle. I saw a little bit of a shoulder jerk, which usually has, means a hold.
So we've got 4th and about 6. The ball is on the Chelmsford 23-yard line, and Lowell has a big play here, 4th down. Senek running the option. It's not there at the moment, and he cuts it up, and I don't think he has the first down this time. I think the Chelmsford defense did, in fact, step up.
Yeah, it is a first down.
It is. He did get the first down.
Nice
job by Lowell. They were 3rd and 11, and they got the first down.
Really good job. That's what happens when you're determined. And this Lowell team is determined not to lose 40-0 like they did last week.
Absolutely, and Chris Senek is a football player, and I think he's sensing the fact that he wants to show the people that he can play football. Lowell on the Chelmsford 11-yard line, 1st and 10, moving smartly toward the Chelmsford goal line. Senek drops the ball again. Yeah, they're running basically 3 offensive plays and still picking up first downs, Dan.
Really, they are. The only problem is Senek has dropped the ball 3 times. He's fallen on top of it all 3 times, but definitely not, a stat that you like. A lot of fumbles.
No, not from your quarterback. He's got to touch it on every snap. So it's now 2nd and 11. Ball's on the 12-yard line of Chelmsford. Senek, hands straight ahead. And not much there. Gain of about 1 maybe on that play. And looks like Evan Dunn again on that tackle. Got some help that time by number 97, Chris O'Brien. Not much of a gain. It's 2nd and 3rd and 10.
O'Brien's one of the younger kids that's really stepping up. Excuse me, O'Brien is a senior. I was under the impression, I'm older than everyone on this team just about. So.
Well, it's a lot of people out there to keep track of, Dan.
Yeah.
Senek, 3rd and 11. From the 12, he's got the ball. He's looking straight ahead. He's in trouble.
Oh.
He's rushed. He gets away. He looks to the end zone. He's got a receiver, and that's number 1, Peter Romanowski, for the touchdown for Lowell High School. He was almost trapped, and Lowell takes the opening drive and scores, something the first time Chelmsford's been behind in this football season.
Well, really, I believe they were behind in the North Middlesex game. They scored 6, and then North Middlesex came back and scored the touchdown with the extra point.
That's right. I stand corrected. You're absolutely right. First time in the Merrimack Valley Conference, however. Calories on to attempt the extra point. And the ball is down, the kick is up, and it looks like it's right in the middle. And it is, and Lowell jumps out to a 7-0 lead over Chelmsford.
And with that, Lowell really marched downfield well. They bounced back from their mistake, the fumbles by Senek. And Romanowski was right there. I don't even think Romanowski was expecting it and had the ball coming to him. But with that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Okay, we're back. Lowell has just scored with 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first period. Chelmsford is trailing 7-0. Chelmsford is getting its second kickoff of the night. And Callery is kicking off for Lowell, and he squibs another one into the middle of the field. It's picked up by one of the upbacks and returned by number 83 for Chelmsford, who is Chip Byron.
Byron's a tight end. He's a senior this year. He's a pretty good player. He's fast, and he's fairly strong.
He is. He has both speed and strength. Lowell looks like they don't want to kick the ball deep down the field at Chelmsford to some of the Chelmsford backs. They would rather take their chances with their defense starting in field position. Right now, the ball is on the 34-yard line of Chelmsford. 1st and 10. Second possession.
Lowell's very confident tonight.
That touchdown is certainly going to make them so. Here comes Walsh running straight ahead. And Chelmsford, nice game by Bill Walsh, about 8 or 9 yards, straight ahead up the middle. Something that Chelmsford needs to do now. He gained 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
Definitely, he did. Walsh had a great game last week.
Yes, he did. And I think Coach Rich is probably now going to put away maybe some of the pass for a couple of minutes and keep the ball. Ball is given off straight ahead to John Kidd. John Kidd thumps straight up the middle and picks up the first down, gain of about 3 yards. So that's 2 running plays, very successfully executed.
I would have liked to see Chelmsford establish a run. I mean, they did start out first drive, 1st and 15, so that really didn't bode well in their favor, but I think it's probably something they could have done there.
Absolutely. Ball on the Chelmsford 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Walsh and looks like Kidd are the backs in the eye. Now Brown drops straight back to pass. He's got his receiver wide open. Great move out there by Jeff Smart. That's well executed pass play, moving the ball deep into Lowell territory.
Very well executed, and even with good Lowell coverage, there were 3 Lowell defenders within 5 yards of him, and he still pulled the ball in, and it's a long pass, Brownie's first pass completion of the game.
Approximately 25-yard completion to Jeff Smart, so they're back on target. 2 running plays and a pass, and Chelmsford's on the move now. I think they want to answer Lowell.
Definitely they do.
All right, the ball is on the Lowell 32-yard line. Brown, quick look into Jeff Smart. He's caught it. He's wide open, and he's driven the ball now down inside the 20-yard line to about the 18-yard line. So quick hitter right over the middle. Mark Brown, Jeff Smart. And another Chelmsford first down.
Well, that's what they're going to need to do. I think Chelmsford's best attack tonight could probably, go short.
First and 10, ball on the Lowell 19-yard line. Chelmsford moving. Clock showing 3:11 and counting. Lowell 7, Chelmsford 0. Brown, a bootleg, looks down the field. He stops, pulls up, throws it deep, and I think he threw it deep on purpose. Nice decision.
Yeah, definitely a good decision. Made sure to throw it out of the end zone right there. There was really nothing he could have done right there. He was in dire trouble.
Showed some strength in his arm. Chelmsford can move the football on the ground, though. We'll see what 2nd and 10 brings up. This is a nice march that Chelmsford started on their own 34-yard line, and they moved it down inside the 20 of Lowell on the 19. Brown calling signals, hands straight ahead. This is number 17, Bill Fury, who runs for about 4 or 5 yards straight ahead. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 5, Dan, for Chelmsford. Ball on the 15.
Definitely. Fury is one of those guys, he came up as a quarterback and got a couple of snaps even last year as quarterback as a freshman. Some of Chelmsford's bigger wins. And really did a nice job, and now they've converted him to a running back because he's very fast and very tough.
So Chelmsford's now in 2-down territory. They have a 3rd and about 5 yards to go from the Lowell 15-yard line. Brown calling signals, hands it off outside to Fury running wide. He's short of the first down. Gained maybe 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 4. This is a decision time for the Chelmsford coaches.
Definitely a decision time. There's no question that Mounsey can hit a field goal from out here, out in this range. But it looks like they're gonna go for it.
They're going for it on 4th and 5. This is a momentum play for both teams. Brown with the ball, looks underneath, John Kidd caught it, fumbled it. I think they're going to call this a catch, and the Lowell defensive back has picked it up. Questionable as to whether John actually had possession of that football. There's that man again, Chris Senick, picking up the football for Lowell.
Wow, yeah.
So it goes as a completed pass fumble, recovered by Chris Senick, and he brings the ball back out to the Chelmsford, about the Chelmsford 25, Lowell 25-yard line.
Didn't even. I think it was a good call by the official. It did look like John had possession. It was just ripped out.
Okay, Lowell has the ball for the 2nd time. Senick, the quarterback. In motion comes Donovan, and he has the football. That's Pat Donovan for Lowell. Looks like Mike Tousineau on a tackle. And number 67 also for Chelmsford coming in, making a nice defensive play. Matt Fox.
Matt Fox is a junior. Big thing about him is he loves ketchup.
And it's maybe seeing some of his first action of the season.
Yeah.
So Lowell is now 2nd and about 7 yards to go. Senick hands the ball to his fullback, who comes straight ahead. And that ball carrier was number 31, I believe, for Lowell High School, Bob Terrio. He gained about 3 on the play, bring up about 3rd and 3 for Lowell. Clock showing only 35 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah. The thing about Matt Fox is you give him a bottle of ketchup and he'll go to town with it.
Ketchup, huh?
Ketchup, yes.
Well, that's what Chelmsford's doing right now, playing a little catch-up out there. Senick, the quarterback, rolls out on the bootleg play. This time he's gained about 3. I think he's got enough for that first down again, and he does.
Yep, he's just got the nose of the ball over the
And that's going to end the first period. Lowell got a touchdown, and now they're going to try to sit on the ball a little bit, Dan. Keep the ball away from Chelmsford.
Yep, that's basically what they're going to try to do, try to eat up the clock. With 5 seconds left, they're not going to get off another play.
So the first period is going to come to an end with a score: Lowell High School 7, Chelmsford High School 0.
We're going to go down to the sideline. Mike Umbarger down the sideline with Mike. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm here with Miss O'Brien and Miss Sullivan, the Student Council advisors. So what's the Student Council up to right now?
The Student Council is in the process of starting a canned food drive for the community, for the food pantry. So we thought what we'd start is at every home game we'd collect canned goods for our local food pantry, and thought that would be a nice thing to do for the holidays.
How are you going to get them, how are you going to get people to donate cans?
Well, we're going to give out prizes. We have 2 restaurants in the area that have donated gift certificates, Ciro's and Applebee's. So depending on how many cans you bring in, depends on how many times your name is entered into the raffle, and larger chance of winning the gift certificate.
All right, thank you very much. That's a good cause. Back to you,
Great
Dan.
job, Miss Sullivan.
Was I right?
Thanks a lot for that, Mike. Mrs. O'Brien and Mrs. Sullivan. Mrs. O'Brien really helpful with us in the TV studio.
All right, Lowell has the ball, 1st and 10. We're late into the first period. Somehow there must have been some time left on the clock. Sunick is wrapped up this time as he tried to run that option play again by number 55 for Chelmsford, who came through and did a real nice job on that play. Nick Hansen, that's right. And that is going to bring an end to the first period. So apparently one of the teams called timeout, Dan, and that created one more play. So officially the first period has come to an end. Lowell is 7, Chelmsford is 0. Kind of a surprise.
Really, it is kind of a surprise. It really, I'm surprised that Chelmsford doesn't have any points right now. Really, you got to expect Lowell to come out and play tough. We say it all the time, but it's the Super Bowl. It's what they need to do.
And if you give an underdog a chance, they're going to take advantage of it. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with the start of the second period.
And we are back, a short commercial break.
Lowell is going to have the football, and they have the football second and about 10. The ball is resting right on the 35-yard line of Lowell. Not the start that the Chelmsford coaches wanted, certainly, but I think just an absolutely perfect start for the Lowell High School football team.
Really, it was. They came out, and they did what they had to do. They marched downfield. They scored.
All right, the teams are coming back out onto the field, and we're just about set to start that second period.
So coming out over center is Chris Senick, number 2 receiver James Shaughnessy, and another receiver at the top of your screen. Senick dropping back, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Dropping back, looking for a receiver, fires, lob pass. Gets behind Tim Leahy and out of bounds. Number 88, the receiver. That's Marcus Wilson. Really nice pass.
Senick just lobbed that ball out there, Dan. He let his receiver run right under it, and that's exactly what he did. He was bigger than the Chelmsford defender, and he used that size. Lowell's on the move again.
He's a big kid, 6'1", 180. In comparison, Tim Leahy, 6'0", 170, so there's a little bit of a size difference there.
Right, and I think certainly Lowell has found that they can move the ball through the air, which is a real bonus for them.
Senick again, 2 men in the backfield in the split formation. They give us to fullback Terrio. He's ahead for a couple. Into the stop, Hansen and McIsaac.
Lowell is, I don't know if the teams have changed jerseys or not, Dan, but it almost looks like the Lowell football team has done what Chelmsford has done to its opponents earlier, mixing up the run and the pass, and continues to do a nice job with that.
Well, that's really what they have to do. I mean, with the run, Chelmsford will stuff it right back down your throat. But again, Senick over center. Takes the snap, dropping, options it. He's going to take it himself. Boy, he's fast. Gets out, gets the first down.
It must be tremendously frustrating for the Lowell football coaches to realize that they were beaten soundly by Tewksbury, and they come back tonight and play a football game with enthusiasm and desire, and that must just drive their coaches absolutely crazy. They look real smooth tonight.
Definitely, especially what they did against Bill Ricketh. They lost by 1 point, 35-34. Senek again, he takes the snap to give us to number 42, who is Matt Zuzumas. He's ahead for a couple yards.
That was a very nice hole in the center of the Chelmsford line. Lowell has been really effective. I've been impressed with the way they've mixed up the run in the pass. They've really done a nice job.
Zuzumas, not a very big kid. He's a senior, 5'3", 130. And using all of that weight and size to get his way up the middle.
It would not be fun to be to move behind by 2 scores in the first half.
Definitely not. Zuzumas in motion. Fakes to Zuzumas. Almost got wrapped up in for a big loss. Senek is taken down by a few Chelmsford defenders. Greg Myers in there. And
that's really the first negative play for Lowell High School tonight, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Chelmsford defense. Chelmsford, some early first period stats for the Chelmsford. Only 39 yards passing and 15 yards rushing. A period that was really dominated by Lowell. Chelmsford completing 2 of 7 passes.
Well, it's 3rd and long. That may have that could bring Chelmsford back into the game. The ball's on the field. He fumbles again, but Lowell picks it up.
Boy, Lowell has been in the right place tonight, Dan, at the right time. They just absolutely amazing. They have put the ball on the field 5 or 6 times already, and they've just been there to pick it up. That play could have been a huge loss for Lowell. Lowell is taking a timeout, and they're faced with a 4th down now.
Know exactly what Coach Boyle over there, the man in the middle wearing gray, is going to, be saying to his players.
It's certainly a start that he doesn't want to lose track of. I think this was an excellent timeout for him to take. His players looked a little bit disheveled on those last 2 plays, and I think a very good timeout for him. Plus the fact that he has a big play here, 4th down and about 11 yards to go, and the ball is resting inside the Chelmsford 20-yard line.
Definitely it is. It's a big play. It's going to be 4th and 11. Like I said, that's the 4th time Senek has coughed off the ball today.
If Lowell has something up their sleeve, this would certainly be a time that it would come out. I think they really want to score here. That would put the extreme pressure on top of Chelmsford.
Really would. So 4th and 11. Crowd starting to make some noise on the Chelmsford side. Crowd has been rather dead tonight. I'd say.
Yeah, it has. Not much enthusiasm. Not much to cheer for.
Senek dropping. He's in trouble. McIsaac is giving chase. Myers in the end zone. Touchdown, Lowell.
What a great catch. What a great pass. Just an absolutely great pass. His receiver out there is number 2.
It's number 2, James Shaughnessy.
James Shaughnessy just inside the end zone corner. Beat the defender. Senek was rushed. He was under pressure, but got the pass off, and it was just a beautifully executed football play. Got to hand it to Lowell. They've come to play tonight.
Really, they have. This is incredible, and you can imagine that at halftime it's going to be a long and somewhat painful talk for the Chelmsford players.
And that kick is good. Makes the score 14-0 with 7:41 left in the 2nd period. And we'll be right back.
We are back. Here's the kickoff. It's a low kick, but it's going to be taken by Tim Holt. And he cuts up the middle, and he's going to be taken down. Good tackle made by number 46, John Dolan.
Lowell has got a real bounce in their step now. They came out, I think, a little bit wondering what was going to happen to them after losing 40-0 to Tewksbury. But, boy, you can see the Lowell sideline now is just up and jumping with every single play and tackle. Good football teams come from behind, and we'll find out right now.
Well, you already lost in your prediction. You had 28-7. So.
That's true.
So it's me and Stu in the running.
I'd take either one of the other 2 right now.
Fury gets the pitch. He's around the end. He's got a little bit of room. Oh, he breaks away. What a run by Bill Fury.
That was a great run. That was showed some speed to the outside, got some nice blocks on the outside. And Chelmsford, if there's a sense of urgency, Dan, I think this might be it. You need to put the ball in the end zone here.
See Bill Fury coming off the field being congratulated by his teammates. He's gotten a few reps in there.
Chelmsford has the ball. They're into Lowell territory now, and about the Lowell 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Brown over center. They give us to John Kidd going up the middle, and he's got about 5 yards on the play.
This looks like the established fourth quarter drive with Andover. We're going to run at you now, and you're going to see if you can stop us. And I think that's not a bad strategy at this point. Clock showing 6:48 and running in the second period. Lowell leading 14-0.
Lowell's not a very big team up front, so I think that's probably the best way Chelmsford can take them. Brownie has a receiver.
That's Mike Smith. Mike Smith, nice catch. Had to jump a little bit, but pulled it in. Another first down for Chelmsford.
Right at the 30-yard line.
So Chelmsford's showing a little bit of urgency in their step now, too. It's a time in which they know they need to put some points. They need an answer here.
I think Chelmsford's goal right now is probably to tie the game before halftime. With 6 minutes left.
I'd take that.
Mark Brown.
Oh, big hole, big hole. Oh, just tremendous offensive line, just blowing people out of there on that play. Number 75 for Chelmsford, just powering people out of the way. Tim Holtz showing some speed.
That's Sean Nine, number 75, with a great block, and Tim Holt utilizing that block and finding the seam.
Lowell has taken a timeout here, and they need that timeout once again. They've taken it at a wise point. Chelmsford's marched the ball now down to the, I'll call it 19, Dan, would you say, yard line of Lowell?
Yeah, that's about right. 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Chelmsford's doing, what they should have done in their first drive.
Absolutely. This is the football team that we've seen in the first four games. It's time to move the ball and get it into the end zone. So Chelmsford will come out 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 from the 19. Brown over center with Kidd and Holt in the backfield. The pitch. Oh, Holt drops the ball.
And
the ball's on the ground. Let's see what happened. Looks like Mark Brown has the football.
Wow, there is a huge break right there for Chelmsford. That really could have been a disaster, and it was there for Lowell to pick up.
On the pitch, Holt really never had possession of the ball.
No, he didn't. That's one of those plays where you just have to first look the ball into your hands before you're looking for downfield position. Chelmsford did gain about 2 yards on the play, though.
Brown lines up Sheridan, the deep back. Sopel in motion. They give us to John Kidd, and he's ahead for about 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 yards.
Right, and he's inside the 10 now, or just about at the 10-yard line. So it's a case where Chelmsford once again has 2 downs to pick up the first down, and they look like they're coming out of the huddle with more enthusiasm, getting to the line of scrimmage more quickly. Straight eye backfield. Deep back is Sheridan, and he didn't get there, I don't believe.
No, he didn't. He really didn't have a lot of protection going through that line.
In fact, he actually lost maybe half a yard. This is an important play in this football game for both teams. Once again, it's a 4th down for Chelmsford. They're deep into Lowell territory. They need to put some points up there.
They really do. Goal would have to be to tie the ball game by halftime because Lowell does get the football back at the half.
Clock is showing about 4 minutes and 30 seconds right now. And Chelmsford straight ahead for the first down. That looked like Bill Sheridan again. I'm sorry, that looked like Andrew Sheridan.
Yeah, Bill Sheridan, a couple years removed from Chelmsford High School.
Right, showing my age once again. 1st and goal at the 5, I would say. Chelmsford putting on an impressive march here. They picked up a crucial first down. That was a huge play in this game. May look back at that one at some point later on.
Really was. 3 guys in the backfield. Dunn lined up as a blocking back. The give is going to be
to Walsh, and he's close. He's got to be close. He's in. He's in for the
touchdown.
touchdown. Chelmsford answers. 14-6 now. Chelmsford has put the ball in the end zone, just what they needed to do.
There goes that bell again.
We
Right
hope
there.
we hope we hear it a few more times, Dan.
Definitely, that's what they're going to need to do. Setting up for the extra point is Mounsey. Just a great job powering forward.
Now the defense needs to come back on the field with that same enthusiasm that the offense showed. Eric Mounsey attempting the extra point. And as Lowell has been successful on 2, this is important extra point here.
Really, yes, it is important. Mounsey set to go. It's good.
It just got there. I think Eric slipped again on that. It looked like his foot went out from under him, but a point is a point. So teams coming back up the field. Score is Lowell 14, Chelmsford 7. Clock showing 4 minutes and 1 second to go.
Well, 4 minutes remaining right here. The best thing for Chelmsford is to stop them, get the ball back. But we'll be back right after this.
Okay, we're back. Chelmsford has just put on a very impressive offensive drive, marching from their own 34-yard line about 65 yards down the field, and scoring a touchdown that they badly needed as they trail by 2.
Really, now they trail by 1 touchdown here. Going with a pretty normal kickoff.
I think the goal here is to quickly get Lowell to give the ball back. A nice defensive stand here. Get the ball back as quickly as possible. Great kick by Mounsey. This is deep.
To the goal line.
Coming back up the field for Lowell and stuffed. Yeah, absolutely stuffed. Number 42 was the ball carrier for Lowell.
42, the ball carrier, Matt Zuzumas.
Okay, that puts Lowell in business on their own 15-yard line.
15-yard line. Chumps are really going to have to come out and stop him at this point. Lowell not with that great field position. Just an absolutely booming kick from Eric Mounsey, and that was all leg, no wind whatsoever.
That's right, and the defense now needs to stay that they've come and arrived here now tonight, Dan. This is their time. Lowell has certainly put the ball on the field enough, but this is a great-looking play.
Around to the outside.
3.
Mike, that
is Donovan, I believe.
Donovan?
Wasn't it?
Going to the outside.
Right.
Yeah, that's Donovan going around the outside.
Carrier.
And that takes him out of immediate danger.
It sure did. That gain up all the way up to the Chelmsford 33-yard line. Gain of about 17 yards on the play.
Hey, great job.
He had the end was completely wiped out on that play, and he was clear sailing down the sideline until deep into the Chelmsford secondary.
Senek with a stacked backfield. The give is to Zuzumas. Oh, he slips away from Evan Dunn.
That's unusual. Evan had him stopped for no gain and maybe a yard loss, and he just broke away. Ended up gaining about 6-7 yards.
I think he was moving too quick by the time Evan Dunn hit him, moving too quick to really take him down and be successful.
Yeah, we have a player down on the sideline over there. Looks like a Lowell player is still down. There's a timeout on the field, and we do have a player that's down over there. So Chelmsford is.
Well, while we get this player down the field, unfortunately, Dr. Kanamakos even going over there. We're going to toss it down to Mike Umbarger on the field. Mike, what do you have for us?
I am here with 2 Chelmsford Pop Warner cheerleaders, Megan Bagney and Felicia Tadeo. Who are your coaches, guys?
Sandy Patterson, Joellen Kakin, and Sarah Patterson.
Now I hear that you have competition tomorrow. How do you prepare for that?
We practice 2 to 3 nights a week for a couple hours each night.
What do you have to do while you practice?
We stretch out and we run over each cheer and dance movement every night several times.
Where's the competition at?
It's being held in Marlboro High School.
Back up to you, Dan.
Thanks a lot. We'll be back right after this. Getting word that it was actually an official down on the field. We are back. What you see right here is the aftermath of a run.
That was quarterback Senek kept the ball, Dan, and tried to come wide and was gained about 2, but it brings up a 3rd and 2. Clock showing 2:44 on the in the second period. This is an important play for Lowell. They need a first down.
They're down
Chelmsford
and
needs
two.
a stop.
Seneca over center. 2 guys in the backfield. And they're going to give to number 3, Donovan, and he's got the first down.
Lowell
by
has
plenty.
had an answer tonight so far each time they've needed one. Every third or fourth down play they've converted. They converted 2 fourth down plays and now an important third down play to keep the drive moving.
Chelmsford needs to stop. And this series right here, this 3 downs, they got to go 3. Force them to punt right here.
The clock is still grinding down. We're getting close to the 2-minute mark of this second period, but Lowell's doing what they needed to do. Keep the ball away from Chelmsford.
That's what it is. And Seneca coming back out. 2 guys in the backfield. Same set.
And it looks like a delay of game on Lowell. They did what they needed to do, but they took too long in doing it.
Moving back 5 yards.
Going back to that injury that we had prior, Dan, you were right. That wasn't an official that was down on the field, but he's back up on his feet, and those old officials are tough, so he's back in the ball game and ready to go.
Yeah, football officials especially are used to taking hits. I mean, when I umpire baseball, I always get hit very hard with baseballs and the like, and it's not a pleasant experience, so a lot of credit goes out to those guys. Anyhow, Seneca over center. Same setup in the backfield. The give is going to be to number 42, Zuzumas, and he gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be second down at about 11.
Okay, so this, once again, clock is moving. Chelmsford, if they stop him on this play, needs to think about taking a timeout. If it's a significant distance for third down, Chelmsford needs to stop the clock.
Well, right here, they're
Lowell
going
is taking their time.
They're going to get a clock stoppage right here. It's the 2-minute warning. Ready to go as the clock stops. Clock starts, or hasn't started, but Seneca over center. The give.
Oh, big hole again.
Is
Lowell, Chelmsford's getting trapped in the line of scrimmage, and Lowell is picking up nice yardage, just what they need to do.
Definitely. I think tonight is one of those nights that Lowell has shown up.
Certainly has. You just put the red jerseys in front of them, and they respond. It's now third and about 5 or 6. Lowell's converted on each one of these.
That's a scary thought.
And if they don't convert here, maybe a timeout.
Zuzumas has really done a nice job. Really coming in. Zuzumas in motion. And it's going to be the counter. The counter given to Donovan. And Donovan finally brought down, and he picks up the first down.
And they are 5 for 5. I think this drive started out with Lowell just content to move the football and stop and run the clock out. Now they're into Chelmsford territory on the 42-yard line, and I don't think they believe that they can't score again. This may be a pass play, Dan. Clock is moving, showing 1 minute, and I think Lowell is starting to smell a little blood out here.
Really, they are. It'd be huge for them to put Chelmsford down by 2 touchdowns. Of course, we wouldn't like it that much, but.
There's Seneca on the option, and he's got some speed, and he keeps it. Didn't want to risk the pitch, did a nice job. Lowell may be calling some timeouts now.
Yeah, they should, being brought
And
down.
somebody is. And right, Lowell has taken a timeout with 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, Barry McDonald, number 46, brought him down.
Chelmsford locker room should be interesting, Dan, defensively. The offense seemed to right itself in the second period, late in the second period. But the defense, these statistics have to be pretty much one-sided here tonight. I would bet that Lowell is probably 2-1 in yardage over Chelmsford.
Probably. They've had the ball for a lot longer than Chelmsford has.
Right. If we had the ability to put a clock on time of possession of the 22 minutes, I would say that Lowell has probably had it for 14 of them, and maybe more. Lowell has a second and about 7.
Seneca drops, fires, incomplete. It was a low pass intended for number 88 for Lowell, who was Marcus Wilson. Caught that touchdown pass a little bit earlier.
I would not be surprised to see Lowell certainly throw the ball 2 more times. And watching for maybe a little trick play here, you're right. A score by Lowell would be a really important play.
Really would be
screen,
huge.
draw, something like that might be in order here.
Seneca over center. 35 seconds remain.
Instead, they give it straight ahead. Now Chelmsford should call timeout immediately. Make them punt the football. I don't see any timeout yet. It's going to be a 4th down. And Lowell is going to stand there and not run a play if they don't have to.
Let's see what happens.
I don't understand why you wouldn't call timeout here. And that's what's going to happen, Dan. They're both going to stand there and look at each other. When you're trailing 14-7 in a game and you have an opportunity to get the football back, I think maybe you might want to think about that.
Lowell calls a timeout.
And Lowell's with maybe 1 second, that's a smart timeout. They've got a second. They can throw the football down the field. They've got one play. They know that Chelmsford will not get the ball back. Chelmsford has to defend the football field now. Lowell coach is using some real nice strategy there.
They really are. Coach Boyle is a very smart guy, and his name was actually mentioned right after Coach Cato left for Merrimack College. His name was mentioned as a possibility to succeed Coach Cato. Of course, Coach Rich got the job.
Well, it's obvious that there is only time for one play. It's going to be Lowell's play. And they're faced with, they have the ball on the Chelmsford 41-yard line. They need to go 41 yards for a touchdown. There's no possibility of a field goal because this is the last play. Would be nice if we could pick one off here and take it back 60 yards.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Lowell's going to do. They're spreading out the field right now. But Seneca over center. 2 guys in the backfield. Seneca in the shotgun.
Right. And he's rushed. He's rushed. He gets away. And he throws.
Wow, what a hit.
He gets hit. And it's caught.
It's caught.
But Chelmsford did what they needed to do. They kept the receivers in front of them. Seneca took a real pop on that play. And that's going to bring about the end of the first half. All right, we're back, ready to start the third period. One of the teams is back. Chelmsford is. We're still waiting for Lowell to make an appearance. Lowell will probably be receiving. It's their option, and they will probably receive the second half kickoff from Chelmsford. Chelmsford defense has certainly given up more yards than I know Coach Fletcher was pleased with. And that locker room probably was a place for discussion, Dan, and I'm sure that they sat down and came up with some strategy changes that will turn the tide in the game a little bit.
Well, only discussion at the end of the thing. I think Coach Fletcher would go on a tirade.
Lowell is certainly taking its time getting back here, and the officials have been out for quite a while. Chelmsford's been back for quite a while. But still no sign of the Lowell football team. I'm sure that they know it's a two-half game. They probably like to think it was over right now, but Chelmsford really doesn't want that situation to develop.
No, definitely not. I think it's really unfair for Chelmsford. Chelmsford's out on the field right now, and Lowell still hasn't come back.
I've seen teams penalized, Dan, for delay of game, starting the game or starting the second half. And it depends on how much patience the officials will have at this point as to what's going to take place.
Well, one of the officials did go out to try to find the Lowell football team.
And it is a good strategy when you've got the lead to make your opponent wait. Let them stand around and wait for you, and I think Lowell is certainly taking advantage of that right now. The officials coming back, and here comes the Lowell football team as well. So we're just about ready to get started for the second half. I don't see any flags on the field, so I think we're going to start as a normal second half kickoff.
Definitely, that's probably what's going to happen.
What started out was a fairly sparse crowd tonight, Dan, has really filled in. Even on the Lowell side now, the bleachers have a number of people. So with the fine weather tonight and both the rivalry that we have here, both teams are well represented.
Definitely, and the fans that we have in the stands are really not a good representation of what we have throughout the whole stadium. If you look all along the sidelines and both end zones and along the sideline. There's a lot of people, a lot of kids. Really, Friday night, it's the social thing to do for
Yes,
all
it
the kids
is.
at
It's
Chelmsford.
a student body has certainly here. Chelmsford captains now are going out to midfield to meet with the Lowell captains. The Lowell, I'm sure, will elect to take the football, and it will be up to Eric to see if he can kick them deep again, and the defense to stiffen and immediately get the football back for the offense.
Definitely, that's going to be important for them. The captains out there.
And Lowell will receive. So we will have a kickoff momentarily. And a somewhat subdued Chelmsford crowd. I don't think people in Chelmsford expected that this would be the score at halftime.
Well,
maybe the score, but not the team.
Yeah, this is, I see one lone woman applauding out there, and that's really not good. Now 3 people.
Right. This is a time the defense, as we've stated earlier, need to pick it up, and we'll find out if they're capable of that. Certainly don't want to diminish the effort of the Lowell football team. It can't be easy coming back after being really humiliated in your own stadium, and now coming to play a team that's undefeated, and they have more than held their own.
Definitely they have. It shows with the lead, and they've absolutely doubled Chelmsford's stats. Chelmsford with 20 plays total on offense. Lowell with 32. So certainly a lot longer time of possession for Lowell.
That's right, and I think you have to really credit Chris Senek with being the difference right now in the football game. He has led the Lowell offense both from a rushing and a passing perspective. He's completed 2 touchdown passes. He's run the ball for 51 yards. He has been a real force in this football game. And he's not a giant person when you see him in person, 5'10", 165, senior quarterback for Lowell High School. All right, Eric Mounsey is about to kick it off to Lowell High School, and we're getting ready to start the second half. And here's Eric's kick. It's a line drive bouncing off a Lowell player. The ball is alive, picked up by Lowell, and just buried down there on about the 30-yard line, 29-yard line.
Looks like Chelmsford's really pumped up coming off of that play, and I think that's a good sign for him.
Mike Tousineau coming down and make that stop, and I'm sure that he doesn't want to see this continue. So Lowell will start 1st and 10, their own 29-yard line, first play of the 3rd period. Lowell leading 14-7. Senek calling signals, gives in tight, quick handoff inside, and gain of about 1 on the play to his running back. Number 42 is that's
Zuzumas.
Zuzumas getting a lot of attention now from the Lowell backfield. Gain of about 2 on the play. That's the type of defensive play we need to see from the Chelmsford Lions.
Yeah, Zuzumas really has seen most of the action, other than Chris Senek, 12 carries for 51 yards for Senek, the QB, but Zuzumas has seen a lot of action.
And he's in motion, and he's got the football coming outside wide, and he is flattened right at the line of scrimmage. John McIsaac over there, a host of Chelmsford tacklers over there, and Evan Dunn in on the play, Barry McDonald. It's a 3rd and about 7 yards for a first down.
I think Chelmsford right there, I think they were expecting Lowell to run the ball. See 7 players up front dedicated to stopping that run.
Statement play right here, Dan. You make a statement starting the second half. And Senek is back to pass. He's rushed. He's looking downfield. He gets the ball away, and it's intercepted. Chelmsford has the football. The statement play looked like Nick Palumbo on the interception, and it was. Chelmsford has answered the bell.
Statement play, and Nick Palumbo made the statement saying that Chelmsford is back, or trying to get back into this game, and it's 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Chelmsford's going to start, a huge play, absolutely, Dan. Chelmsford's going to start on the Lowell 37-yard line, and with the clock showing 9 minutes and 39 seconds, that's a play that the defense had to come up with, and did. Senek was rushed. He threw under pressure, and that's what you need to do with a quarterback. First down, Chelmsford. Looks like Sheridan, the ball carrier, comes ahead for about a gain of about 2-3 yards on the play. Chelmsford now needs to make that same statement on offense.
They really need to. Their last drive on offense was a great drive, and now they really got to step it up. Second down and 10, no gain on that last play.
Offensive line needs to say to those backs, we'll get you the holes. You just follow us, and we'll move the ball down the football field. Brown back to pass. Looks sidelines. Got his receiver. Receiver slipped down. Wasn't able to come back and get it. Jeff Ravanas over here.
Great effort. Mark Brown threw the ball a little late. Had good protection, but at the end had a little bit of pressure on him.
Okay, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. The ball's on the 37-yard line of Lowell. Chelmsford in its initial possession of the second half. Chelmsford's lone back, John Kidd. Receivers split left and right. Inside handoff. Brown is keeping the ball. He's got some room on the outside. He's got definite first down yardage. He's down the sideline. Mark Brown is all the way down the sideline. They're going to call that he stepped out of bounds, but definitely first down.
There's a flag on the play. I don't know about this flag. We'll see what the call is going to be. But a great run by Mark Brown, the counter, drawing everyone to the right side, and then he goes himself to the left.
That, even though I think this play is going to come back, I think it's going to certainly illegal block on Chelmsford, and it's shows the offense though is going to step up and move the football.
Illegal block. I really didn't see any Chelmsford players.
It was hard to find an
area.
illegal block, because there was no Chelmsford except for Mark Brown. He was out there by himself. So that's going to create a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for a first down. The ball is on the 30-yard line of Lowell.
This could be one of those statement plays as well right here.
That's right, and it's a situation where once again you may have 2 downs to come up with the first down. Let's see what Chelmsford's going to do. Don't have to worry about 2 downs for a first down, Dan, if you get it on the first one.
Definitely.
John Kidd, the lone setback. Brown calling signals. Turns and he gives it to John Kidd, running straight ahead, right up the middle. And he's taken down after a gain of about 3 yards. Going to bring up that 4th down and about 4. Long 4.
Yeah, it really is a long 4 for Chelmsford. See what they're going to do. Walsh coming out into the field, so it seems like they're going to go for it.
Right, we're going to, once again, this is a play that the defense stepped up. Now the offense's turn. Let's see if we can have both of them doing the same thing on the drives of the second half. Clock shows 8:23 and counting. Lowell 14, Chelmsford 7. We're in the 3rd period. Kidd in motion. Pitch to that side. Walsh the ball carrier. Straight ahead for the first down. Looks like he has the first down. Maybe I called it prematurely, but I don't think so. He does have the first down. Got some nice block out there by John Kidd.
Really did get a nice block. You see Kidd in motion. Really got the head start and laid in the block, which allowed him to get the first down. But there's a question right here.
Right. This is close, and it looks like measurement time. They are going to bring the chains on. I thought that he did have the first down by maybe a yard.
I thought they gave him a bad spot there.
Looked it to me. This is a pretty crucial measurement, Dan.
And they are going to call it first down.
They are going to call it. I didn't think it needed that length of time, but once again, these eyes aren't what they ever were, so who knows? But it is a first down. Chelmsford, a big play. The ball is now just outside the 25-yard line, call it the 26-yard line of Lowell. Chelmsford on the march, trailing 14-7.
Initially, I thought he had it by a ball length at least.
Dunn in the backfield, running straight ahead. This is Walsh. Walsh busting through the offensive line. New little wrinkle now with Evan Dunn as one of the setbacks, and another blocking back in there, and he's just burst through the center of the Lowell defensive line.
Walsh is, over the past 2 games, has really done an excellent job, and I'm glad to see him come around.
And really looked quick on that play as well. Gain of about 11 yards. The ball is now on the 15-yard line of Lowell. Chelmsford moving. Same strategy. Kidd and Dunn both in the backfield. And here they come again with Walsh. Gain of about 3 yards straight ahead.
I think that's what they wanted to do last year. you know, kind of with Dan Warshawski, they threw in Dan Warshawski a couple of times, and he got the ball. He's a very fast kid, and they wanted him to play fullback, but he liked playing defense better.
That's right. He liked to hit people on defense with the ball. 2nd and 8 for Chelmsford. Ball on the 13-yard line of Lowell. Straight eye backfield. Brown still has the ball, looking for a receiver. Doesn't really see one yet, and throws behind and almost intercepted. Johnny Kidd was the intended receiver. Covered very well by Lowell on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Will Cologne made the stop. Knocked the
There was a play in which, well-designed play, it didn't quite come up to be successful. Looking at a replay here.
Brown in trouble, and he throws the ball, and there's Cologne making the stop.
Ball is given. Billy Fury is running smartly down inside the 5-yard line. What a hole that he had to run through, but what a great job by Bill Fury. Once again, straight ahead power football, bursting in for the first down, and Chelmsford's knocking on the door inside the 5.
Definitely. Knocking on the door is right. Fury coming out of the game. He's been in for a couple of plays, and both of the runs that he's made have been excellent big runs.
2 big conversions of first down for the Chelmsford Lions. They have the ball on the 3. Straight ahead. Looked like movement, but John Kidd has the ball down to about the 1 or 2 yard line. He'll bring up 2nd and about 1 to go for the touchdown.
Yeah, Kidd on the carry, and he's just one of those power smash mouth backs. Best power back I can remember in recent memory is a few years ago, Roy Mendonza. Really did a good job.
He certainly did. He was a force when he had that football, or when he blocked, he was a force. Chelmsford is knocking on the door. They have the ball, 2nd and about 1.5 yards for the touchdown. Done in the backfield again. Kidd the deep back. And Brown, the quarterback, keep. He's down, clears in, he's in for the touchdown. Chelmsford has converted on their first offensive series, and the defense stepped up, the offense followed them.
Definitely, and that's a time that I like to hear that bell, right into the first,
Absolutely.
The first drive right here.
We hope we hear it a few more times. Eric is on to attempt the extra point to tie the football game, probably attempt the extra point at this particular point with 5 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
There's no reason really not to go with the extra point. No
Absolutely.
reason to fake the ball.
You got a kicker like that, kick it. And the ball is down, and he kicks it, and we've got a flag. The kick is good, but there's a flag, and this could be a crucial flag. There's a couple of flags down here, and this may be a play where you may have to kick this thing again.
You might have had a running into the kicker. One of the flags may be that.
And that Chelmsford's coming off, so they appear satisfied with what's taken place here. So it appears to be a penalty against Lowell High School, and Eric's coming off the field now. Officials are still huddled, though, talking about this. And
Evan Dunn, the defensive captain out there. Trying to figure out what's happening. The
Right.
Lowell's coming back.
Right.
Personal foul against the defense.
Personal foul against the defense. Wow, is that an important play? Because that will be assessed on the kickoff, Dan.
Wow, that's huge. But 5:49 left in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Okay, we're back. And Eric Mounsey will be kicking off to Lowell following a Chelmsford touchdown to tie the football game, which followed a Nick Palumbo interception. So defensively and offensively, just the start you wanted to see in the second half.
They get to kick off from their own 45-yard line.
And Eric, no doubt, will just put this ball, I hope, into the end zone, kicking off from the Lowell, from the Chelmsford 45-yard line, I'm sorry. And he does nail it. It's deep, and it's going to go out of the end zone.
I don't think it's playable.
Right through the end zone. So Lowell's going to start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. The game is now tied. They had the initial 2 scores of the game, and Chelmsford has answered now with 2 scores of its own.
Definitely 14 unanswered points for the Lions. And that's really what they need to do. They need to make the stand on defense.
So we come back now with Chelmsford on defense. That first defensive series of the second half was an impressive one. We'll see what happens with this one. Now that you're back in the football game, it's not time to stop playing. It's time to maybe turn the dial up just a little bit more intensity now. Senek, just pitches the ball off and just barely get the pitch off, but Lowell turns the ball down the field for a gain of about 12 yards. Senek was blasted, but he did get the pitch off to number 42, I believe.
He's lucky. That ball just got out of his
Boy,
hands.
that could have been just a tremendous break for Chelmsford. But give Lowell credit for executing the play, doing just what they needed to. That was a gain of 15 yards, brings the ball out to 14 yards to the Lowell 34, 1st and 10.
It's that one of the crucial stand plays.
And Senek gives the ball straight ahead. Running up the middle is number 31, Bob Terrio. Tried to catch the Chelmsford defense thinking wide. Handed off straight ahead.
Morangi and Hansen in on the stop. Really not a whole lot up the middle for Lowell tonight. All their success has been around the outside.
2nd and 8. Ball just across the 35-yard line of Lowell. Chelmsford needing a big defensive series right here. And Senek keeps the ball himself. Gains about 3 yards on the play. Takes it out to the 41-yard line, which brings up 3rd and 4.
Definitely, yeah. 3rd and 4 on the play. And this is really a must-convert for Lowell. If they don't convert, they have to punt it to Chelmsford. And it'll be decent field position for the Lions.
That's right. I think this is a spot in the game where Lowell really needs a first down. And once again, the Chelmsford defense is faced with that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6. Let's see what they do. Senek is chased, but he looks like he has the room to get the first down, and he does. Well, he's close.
That's going to be close.
It's close.
That's going to be close.
And he's tackled over there by number 55, Nick Hansen, and number 87 for Chelmsford.
From that spot, I don't think that they got it. I think it's going to be 4th down.
Chris O'Brien on that play as well. It is going to be a measurement time.
Yeah.
Boy, we've had a lot of close ones, Dan.
That's very close. Didn't think he was going to get to it.
Going to see the replay. Here comes Senek running to his left, and he's going to be met there by Hansen and O'Brien, and he is hit hard on the play.
I think that hit by Hansen is really what stopped his momentum.
So that ball is real close to the first down. It's going to be, ball is at about the 43-yard line, and it is a first down. So Lowell did what they needed to do. They got the first down.
Well,
very impressive football player is Chris Senek. He just plays the football game the way it's supposed to be played.
Definitely, and like you said before, he's not the biggest kid in the world. Only 5'10", 165 pounds.
He has very good quickness. I don't know about total speed, but he has quickness, and he uses it extremely well. All right, Lowell, 1st and 10. Ball on their own, 44-yard line. Ball is handed straight ahead, and outside he goes. He's got some daylight. Number 28, and it's a run to the goal line now. Can he get there or not?
That's Jeff Ross, number 22 on the carry.
22.
Did so well against North Middlesex, and we really haven't seen him today.
And Ross just exploded through a hole off tackle. Went down for a gain of about 40 yards on the play. Just an outstanding play by Lowell High School and their interior linemen. Clock showing 3:17 and counting. The score is 14-14. We're into the 3rd period. Lowell is driving. They are now inside the Chelmsford 20 at about the 16-yard line. Senek on the option. He's contained, and he's getting a block, and he's outside, and he delivers the hit and gets hit. He did a nice job.
25. Dan Willett and Tusignat came in to help him finish it off.
And he gained about 2 yards on the play. Lowell's in 4-down territory here. They are certainly going to use 4 downs to get that first down. And after 2 nice offensive touchdowns, I don't think you want to be faced with climbing that hill consistently.
Definitely not.
Handed off to 42. Terrio gets a nice hole over tackle again. Comes off the wing, cuts it back. They hand him the ball, and he's pretty much able to go inside or outside on that play, Dan. Gain of about 4 or 5.
It's important for the Lions now to stop them and make Lowell use their kicking game. Not really huge if Lowell just gets the field goal, but if Lowell gets the touchdown.
That's right, and the ball's just outside the 10. Lowell has 2 chances now to go 5 yards. 3rd and about 5. Ball is handed straight ahead, and that's first down yardage.
Good hole opened up by that interior Lowell line. Just allowed Zuzumas to get through.
Lowell interior line is coming off the ball quickly. The hole is there. The back is there. It's an impressive looking offensive football team. It's hard to understand how this team could be beaten the way they were. 1st and goal for Lowell. The ball is just inside the 5. Clock showing 1:27 and counting in the 3rd period. Lowell marching smartly from their own 20-yard line. And that play is certainly defense well by Chelmsford. Chris O'Brien, Nick Hansen teaming up to bring down, looked like Zuzmas again.
And number 97, Chris O'Brien.
So it's 2nd and 4, 2nd and goal, I should say, from the 4-yard line.
I saw Tuzignan in there as well, and you see his speed getting around the outside and making the stop.
This is a time when I think Lowell's going to go outside, Dan. They've got 3 plays now, and I think this one's going outside.
They got that tight end on the right side.
And it is outside, and it's close to the goal line, down to about the 2. So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 1 for the touchdown. Lowell is right there on the doorstep.
It'd be huge if Chelmsford holds them up right here.
Well, this is the kind of goal line stand that certainly you'd like to see. Lowell has moved the ball 79 yards, and they have 1 more to go. And they're going to take this down right to the end of the 3rd period, too. So there isn't going to be much time left. Lowell takes a timeout.
Lowell.
Interesting. I'm not sure as to exactly why. There's no wind, no reason to take a timeout exactly. But they did.
Chelmsford was signaling for a timeout as well. But with that, 3rd and 1, we'll go to a quick commercial break.
All right, we're back. Lowell is on the Chelmsford 1-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Score is tied. This is a big play in the football game. Senek may keep it. No, he turns instead, and it's a loss, a huge loss. Interesting call by the Lowell Red Raiders offensive team. That ball is knocked back to about the 3 or 4 yard line. Dan, they've got a decision to make.
4th and 3, yeah, they certainly do have a decision. And Lowell coming right back to the sideline. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. So we go to the 4th quarter. It's tied at 14. Anyhow, while we have a few seconds, we're going to take a look at our crew, who does such a great job. Starting out with Mike Goff, who's our producer down on the sideline and for the announcers. He does a great job. Sarah Patterson, who is the senior producer, she did a great job last year. And this year, again, she's doing an outstanding job. Brian Hatfield, he's a sophomore. He produces, he does a little bit of production, and he's also in charge of graphics and audio. Mike Umbarger up here in the booth. You want to say hi, Mike?
How you doing out there?
That's Mike Umbarger, one of the future voices of the Lions. Sideline reporter, and he's going to be doing a little bit of announcing. Camera crew, Pat Foe, he put together the highlight package. Dave Dull is the crew chief. Tom Hall, Stefan Baroda, Phil Heffernan, Pat Lee, Dan Sylvia, and Mike Narbert are all 3 former members of the CHS TV Club, come back to help us, just as I am. Tim Dowd and Bobby Moreau, all helping out.
Dan, I can't say enough about the job. I've met these people for the first time this year, and they just do a great job. Setting up, getting here early, staying late. Their work is just outstanding. And did we say something nice about the boss? Did Mr. T get a word in too?
Yeah, Tom Peterson, our director.
All right, Lowell, 4th and goal. They're going for the touchdown. 4th and goal, starting the 4th period. Score tied. Big play in this football game. And he's in for the touchdown.
Oh, he's in.
Off tackle.
Oh.
Lowell is converted once again. 4th down, 3rd down. and in for the score. Lowell has taken a 20-14 lead. Crucial extra point coming up.
They really had to go outside there.
There was nothing in the middle, and number 42, Matt Zuzmas, once again converted, coming through for the score.
Wow, not good for the Lions.
This is a big extra point, Dan, with Sean Callery, who's converted his first two, and this will put Lowell a 7-point lead, and he looks good. And it is, no, it's no good. It's short. Oh, a huge extra point miss by Lowell, but they have the lead, and when you've got the lead, that's what you want to be in the fourth period.
20-14. With that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Chelmsford gets the ball. All right, we are back. Just starting the fourth quarter with 3 seconds in. 20-14, Lowell leads it. Callery did not convert. The kick was wide to the left side.
Chelmsford did give up the touchdown, but they're still, if they score and can convert, can take the lead. So that was an important extra point for both teams.
Kickoff's going to be taken. Oh, it gets by Jeff Smart.
And
Jeff Smart
is hit down somewhere around the 17, Dan, I think.
Wow, just got by him, and that allowed the Chelmsford the Lowell defense to just get around the Chelmsford wedge.
Well, Chelmsford now has a clear-cut mission, and that's to go somewhere in the vicinity of 84 yards to the Lowell goal line and see if they can put 6 points on the board to tie and maybe one to take the lead. Plenty of time left. Chelmsford does need to move the football.
They really do. Smart wide right. 2 men in the backfield. The give is going to be to Fury, it looks.
Right, it was Fury, and he gained about 3 or 4 on the play. Didn't have much of a hole, but still made some positive yardage on the play.
Yep. Romanowski and Terrio in on the stop.
It's going to make it about second and about 8, Dan.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8, about there. With Brown over center, same backfield set that he has all the time. To give us to Fury, there's a flag on the play.
Fury makes a great run. Maybe the reason is because of the flag, but this is going to come back, I think. It
looks like, I think
has to be a hold.
they're going to call a hold on Conant. I saw the referee pointing at Bill Conant.
Holding on red.
Right, there was no question in the referee's mind in that particular play, which negates a real nice run by Bill Fury. That's going to push Chelmsford deep.
That's tough. That's a 10-yard penalty, and that takes him back inside. No, it's not a 10-yard penalty.
From the spot of the foul, I believe.
From the spot of the foul.
Right. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about. Here we go now. 2nd down and about 18 yards to go for a 1st down, and Chelmsford's inside their own 15-yard line.
That's really tough. Going from their 8 yards, they've really got to be careful.
So it negates a little bit of the passing attack, but Chelmsford does need to pick up 1st down. So you can't get it all maybe on one play. Maybe 2 or 3 plays, you get 13, 14 yards, and see what you can do with it. Brown is back to pass.
Oh, that's pass interference.
Yeah,
that's blatant pass interference. And they throw the flag right there.
Boy, talk about what you needed at the time you needed it, Dan. That was a huge call. And we have a player down on the field. Is it a Lowell player this time?
Yeah, it is a Lowell player.
Right.
Number 21. Oh, he hurt his.
Pass interference.
He's in
defense.
big pain. That's 21. That's Mike Goodwich.
Right. He saw the play develop right in front of him. And as he came up to make the play, he just too aggressive and just absolutely leveled Jeff Smart before the ball. And I didn't see him go down, but with the medical attention he's getting, he's in some pain.
Dr. Weisfeld is even down there as well.
Right. It's a leg injury, and he is really holding on to the knee, lower part of his leg. Let's hope the young man is okay. But it does give Chelmsford a chance to get out of a huge hole, one that they needed. And we're going to take a timeout here with an official timeout till they attend to make sure that this young man is okay. Got some great people, Dr. Economakis and the Lowell staff too, working with him.
It's really a tough break whenever you have an injury. It looks like a fairly severe injury. You don't like that. Immediately he was writhing in pain. You never like to see that with any player.
And he was a cornerback, so it would be interesting to see now whether Chelmsford will test his replacement and come up and maybe try to throw the ball in that vicinity again. So Chelmsford will have the ball 1st and 10. They're now out to the 25, their own 25-yard line. And the officials are still waiting here to make sure that there is attention, and rightly so, waiting as they should.
Definitely what they need to do. I think downfield, we'll see what happens.
Our clock is showing 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Lowell is leading in the football game by a score of 20-14. The official is asking both teams to go to their respective sidelines, and we're going to pause for a moment. We'll be right back. We're back, and we just had a great run by Tim Holt for Chelmsford. Gained about 15 yards on a play. Took a sweep down off the left-hand side.
Really, he did a nice job. That's Tim Holt on the carry. And with 2 men in the backfield, it is Mark Brown over center. And the give is going to be to, wow, nice cutback. Almost broke free. Tim Holt with a great run.
Boy, has he shown some offensive footwork in the past 2 plays. That just was a real nice run straight up the middle of the football field. Gain of about 20 yards. In 2 plays, he's gone 35 yards, Dan.
Yep, 2 plays, 35 yards, and now brings up 1st and 10 from Lowell's 45. And Chelmsford marching right back downfield, which is what they need to do here. And 2 men in the backfield. It's James Sopel in motion. The give is to John Kidd. Kidd ahead for about 5 yards. Powers ahead forward. It's going to be 2nd about 5.
You know what, Dan? This is an excellent high school football game. This is Merrimack Valley football. Both teams, good football teams. Both teams playing with enthusiasm. You can't look at records, and this game typifies that.
Definitely. Lowell's really playing well. Brown with Jeff Smart in motion. Uh-oh, Holt almost dropped the ball, cuts back, and that loss of a couple of steps, gave him a loss of 5 yards.
That's the second time that those two have hooked up on that pit toss sweep, and it has twice the ball has been dropped.
We're going to go down to Mike Umbarger on the field. Mike, you have some more information for us?
Yes, I do. Actually, it's been confirmed it's a fractured or dislocated ankle, and he was attended to by Dr. Johnson. And he'll be just fine. He's probably going to go to Lowell General, but that's unconfirmed. But he'll be just fine. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks for that report, Mike. And he breaks
here we
free.
Go down the
oh, my
sideline.
gosh. Wow, he's still on his
and
feet.
There's no flags on this play. That's a great reception toss.
That's Mike Smith.
Mike Smith making a great catch. Just hauling in the pass from Mark Brown. Taking the ball beautifully down the sideline, deep into Lowell territory. Great catch, run. Mike showed some speed for a big guy there.
Really, he's a huge kid, 6'2", 210. He lines up on that right side usually, and he just did a great job.
Yeah, we've got the ball 1st and goal on about the, looks like just outside the 5.
1st and goal.
Sheridan
inside
close.
the 5. He's in. Chelmsford's got the score tied.
Tie score. Great job by Sheridan. Gets that ball. Opened up a great hole on that right side. The right tackle over there, Murphy, really did a nice job.
Boy, what a drive that was when it started out with the holding penalty. Chelmsford were deep in their territory. Key play was that pass interference that gave Chelmsford another opportunity. Big kick now by Eric Mounsey to break the tie.
I think, unfortunately, see, Lowell really lost a lot of life after that injury.
It did seem to affect them. Here's the kick. And it's
right
good. Down the middle.
And we're score. Chelmsford 21, Lowell 20. They have the lead. Chelmsford will be back right after this. Great drive by the Chelmsford offense. Just absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, that was a 92-yard touchdown drive just when you needed it the most. Now it's right back on the shoulders of the defense. This, I said it earlier, this is an excellent Merrimack Valley football game. Lowell is playing its heart out. Chelmsford has responded being down 14-0 early in the second period and has come back with 3 touchdowns to take the lead at 21-20. Now it's up to the defense.
Up to the defense, Mounsey looking to put the ball up. That's a low kick from Mounsey.
Ball is taken by one of the upbacks of Lowell. Looked like a block in the back here, but I didn't see any flag, and he's being buried into.
Didn't have any room whatsoever. Chelmsford completely overwhelming that wedge.
Chelmsford's a little bit quicker on their feet now, a little bit more alert. Lowell's a little bit back on their heels. This is the time the defense needs to drive the nail. When you've got 7-11 in the fourth quarter, you've got a 1-point lead. You've got to play real solid defense now. Assert the defensive time and come away with a victory.
Really, yeah. Absolutely incredible. Edwin Chindongo, number 45 for Lowell, he's a senior. He had the ball, had the carry.
I'm not sure Edwin was glad that Eric kicked that ball short that time. He probably would have been happy if one of the other people had gotten it.
I don't think so. It's not fun when you're getting hit. It's fun when you're making blocks, or making the hits, but not fun when you're getting hit.
That's right.
So Seneca over center. 2 men split in the backfield. Oh, he's got a little bit of room. The number 3, I believe. That's
the Jose Rivera. He had some nice running room up through the center of the Chelmsford defense, and looks like he picked up a first down on the play.
Mike Umbarger back up in the booth with us. Mike, what can you tell us?
Well, I was just talking to Mr. Murphy, and they said when they were attending to him, they actually had to twist the ankle back to position.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes that's necessary if you want to splint that ankle. So,
Mike, you didn't really have to tell us that, Mike. Just that the ankle was hurt was good. I don't think I enjoyed that twist part, but you're doing your job, so that's good news.
Ouch.
Yes, the body's not like an erector set, Dan, right?
No, definitely not. Yeah, Senek.
That was not quite a first down for Lowell. They have a second and about a yard to go, and they're on the Chelmsford 30-yard line. Their own 30-yard line.
Emotion is Terrio. The pitch. And they're going to get that first down right there. That's 22. That's Jeff Ross on the carry. Gets the first down for Lowell.
This is the time in the football game, because if Lowell scores here, they're going to conceivably eat up most of the clock. So this is the time for the defense. We got a replay on that, and it shows the Lowell ball carrier nicely outside for the first down.
It's Senek over center. The give is going to be again to Ross. Ross dancing around the outside.
Ross
He's tripped
is taken down by
That's number 28 for Chelmsford. That is Greg Jarvis.
Greg Jarvis. Boy, if Greg doesn't make that play, Dan, that play goes for a long ways. As it was about 6 yards, but that play could have gone for 60.
Yeah, Jarvis realized it was a big stop as soon as he made a nice trip up. And immediately is excited.
Lowell appears to be content to just blast holes in the Chelmsford defense.
So we have to do the strategy, eat clock time. Oh, in the backfield.
There we go. There's a big play. Chelmsford seemed to know something. I saw Mike Tusignaw turn around and say something to one of the linebackers. He seemed to know something on that play.
Yeah, just the way they line up. Lowell is really running, 5 or 6 plays consistently. and they're switching it, to different sides each time, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh, we're going to get a sideline penalty now. I hope this is just a warning. I saw this down at Boston College last week, and the flag initially was for a warning. This would be an incredibly bad time to pick up a 5-yard penalty. And that's what it is. It's a sideline warning. Saw it last week at BC and Syracuse, and the Syracuse coach nearly had a stroke when they threw the flag. You almost have to go looking for that call, Dan. The players have to be on the sideline. They're young men. They're excited.
Sideline warning against Chelmsford. No penalty.
It defies logic, I think, sometimes to understand when you put 100 young men down there who are involved in the football game.
They're going to push him back, behind that dashed line.
If you're looking straight ahead at the line of scrimmage, you don't see what's behind you. Here we go.
Ross
Lowell outside
with the carry.
And
he's going to be met. No gain.
No first
down.
Lowell's got a decision to make. They're on their own 48-yard line, 46-yard line, and they've got 4th and about 1.5 yards.
Wow, it's a big decision.
Big decision. This is, if that was the drive of the season so far on the last one, this is the play of tonight right now. Lowell just has to get a first down. If they don't, Chelmsford takes over in great field position.
About 1.5 yards. Chelmsford really needs to come up. Senek.
And they did.
Oh, what a stop!
Absolutely blasted him. Coming through there to make that stop. Number 51, Evan Dunn. Barry McDonald.
65 in there as well. Elton Hammond, great job.
Boy, was that ever a huge play for the Chelmsford defense. That ball, Elton and his friends were there when that ball was handed off.
That play, that's a season saver right
there. Yes, it is. Chelmsford now takes over with the clock showing 4 minutes and 42 seconds with a 21-20 lead in the football game. Offense needs to grind the clock, needs to keep control of the football game.
Really, they do. But Brown
straight ahead.
Gives to Sheridan.
Sheridan, nice hole.
John Dolan and number 75 for Lowell. That's Jordan Gore.
John Murphy throwing some nice blocks in there. Bill Conant, John McIsaac. Watch the replay now. Oh, we're going to see that defensive stop, and take a look at who arrives here first.
Evan Dunn.
Boy, is that Evan Dunn or what? Boy, he
Wow.
wrapped him up that time. Just a great defensive play.
Incredible. But anyhow, they give us to Sheridan. Sheridan ahead. He's close to the first down right here.
And the important thing, too, is they've taken a minute off the clock, Dan. It's showing 4 minutes now. Under 4 minutes we go. It's almost better if they can get the first down on this play to have not gotten it on that play. It gives you one more offensive play. Doesn't stop the clock. But it would be nice to get it right now.
Definitely. 3rd down and very short. Less than 1 yard to go. 3 men in the backfield. And
Chelmsford
calling a
timeout.
timeout is Tim Wellman.
Yeah, and probably a pretty good idea. If you're confused at this point in the football game, call a timeout.
Wellman, and he's seeing his first play from scrimmage today.
Right. The formation just wasn't right. Call a timeout, talk it over. Don't make a mistake here. Clock shows 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Chelmsford is leading by a point.
Really a big play for the Lions. They really need to put the ball over that yard mark and get that first down.
My crack statistician here is giving us some information about Chelmsford's turning the has been able to turn the offensive plays around in this half. They've been very good at moving the football each time they've had it. Defense has been there when they needed it. Here's a crucial 3rd down play, Dan.
3rd and less than 1.
And that's a first down.
Up the middle, and looks like they got it.
So
and it's a first down.
We've taken a minute and a half off the clock. Each first down can give you about a minute and 30 seconds unless Lowell, which they probably will have to do now, start calling some timeouts.
Yep, they're going to have to start burning those timeouts to give them a chance. Even if Chelmsford puts the ball in the end zone, it's Chelmsford really going to have to do something with it. You know, take
Okay,
some
we're
time.
down to 3:10 and counting.
Brown over center. 3 men in the backfield. They're going to pound it through. And they give us to Sheridan. Sheridan breaks free and gets about 7 yards on the carry.
Andrew Sheridan showed some real nice quickness to the hole. The hole was there again. We've got some offensive linemen that Bill Conant, Sean Nyan, that just are pounding the Lowell defensive line. Now, Lowell's got to be a little bit discouraged. This is a point in the game where they know that it's late. Chelmsford's moving. The clock is against them.
Right, not the same team we saw in the first half.
No, not at all.
3 men in the backfield. The give is to 32, which is Mike White, a junior, 5'8", 145 on the weight.
It's amazing to see another ball carrier in the game at this particular point in the game. You want to make sure that you keep the ball, and cold hands in the game. It's going to be 3rd and about 3. We're coming down to about 2 minutes left, and Lowell has taken a timeout with 2:10 showing on the clock.
It's good strategy for Lowell right now, because take a timeout right here, force Chelmsford to make the play, and then you get the 2-minute warning.
It's really important. We're going to come to break, and don't go away because this is a great finish. We'll be right back.
Missed that play, but Mark Brown very close to the first down, the quarterback keeper. And it looks like they're going to call for a first down, yes.
This is where you don't put the ball on the field now. You keep the ball. You don't fumble the football. You keep the clock going. You make the opponent take their timeouts on defense. Hopefully it results in a touchdown, but the clock is the opponent of Lowell as much as Chelmsford.
And this is the 2-minute warning right here. Stop the clock.
The ball is just outside the 20-yard line, Dan, and Chelmsford not so concerned with the end zone as they are with keeping the clock going.
That's the most important thing, keep the clock going. Lowell still has a couple of timeouts, so see what happens.
Chelmsford in the straight-eye backfield.
Brown drops back. The give is to White, and he's ahead for beautiful pickup, 6 yards.
Just an excellent job by the offensive line. Everybody in the park knows that they're going to run the ball, and they're still able to run it. I know Lowell's discouraged, but that just was a great burst of speed straight ahead by Mike White. Did you say he was a junior, Dan?
He is a junior, 32. That's Mike White. 5'8", 145 pounds. He's a junior.
Chelmsford has probably had 7 or 8 backs run the football tonight. They've sort of put the forward pass away again a little bit, Dan, and gone back to the running game.
Well, that's what they have to do. We're going to go to break right now, but we'll be back. And we are back. Team still in their huddles.
Dan, both teams scored 3 touchdowns tonight. The difference in the ball game is a missed extra point. It's sometimes the little things, the things that you practice, extra points, kickoffs, that are really important, and never so much as it was this evening. 1 point lead for Chelmsford. Clock showing 1:42 to play.
Certainly, as you see the Lowell High School team coming out onto the field.
Chelmsford has the ball inside the 15-yard line with a second down and about 2 yards to go for a first down.
It's a big play for him.
I think if you can roll to another first down, I think you've pretty much got the thing. Uh-oh, they fumbled the ball. Boy, I think Mark is on top of it. Boy, that was a close call.
That's scary.
Ever a close call. That's why you take timeouts. You make the other team snap the ball. Things can happen when you snap the football.
B.J. Wellman and the Lions down in the field trying to get the team into the game. Bill Conan out in the field. You see his arms flailing around, trying to get the crowd into it.
Chelmsford's Lowell, I'm sorry, is taking a timeout, and Chelmsford has third and about 2 yards to go now for a first down. I don't know that Chelmsford would attempt a field goal in this point. 3 points doesn't really help them all that much. It's a risky proposition because you can run a field goal blocked. You can run it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that's a good. That would be a good call right there. You see the crowd right there, rather dead tonight. I don't know if it's the cold weather or what, but this is an exciting football game.
I understand we've got an exciting one going on down in Lawrence too. With at halftime the score was Billerica 7, Lawrence Central 6. So it is conceivable that Chelmsford may be standing alone tonight in first place if, and it's certainly an if, at this point they can knock off Lowell.
Definitely, if Chelmsford stands alone right there, that still gives Billerica the opportunity.
Yes, it does. It just makes Thanksgiving once again looming out in the distance.
So we have it. It's definitely going to be a big boost in the rankings for Billerica if they can win that ball game down there.
Yes, and I think deservedly so. Billerica started their season playing Burlington High School, who has had great success this year in the Middlesex League. And they beat Billerica in that first game. Crowd's up on its feet
Here
now.
comes the crowd. This is what I like to see. 3 men in the backfield, stacked eye. That's Mark Brown over center.
Oh, Lowell, I think, jumped. There's a penalty.
That's an
Hopefully
encroachment.
it's Lowell. And if they did, that's going to be an automatic first down, and you can pretty much put this one away now.
Offside, defense, first down. We're going to go on the... No, we're going to go on snap.
I just want to make sure that before this one ends, Dan, that you congratulate the Lowell coaching staff, the Lowell football team. They hung in there as tough and gave Chelmsford, I think, more than they certainly expected. And they rebounded from a real tough loss, and they played well.
They did. They have played very well. 1:25 left. Oh, ball's on the
and
field.
We fumbled, and this time I think Lowell does have the football. That's why you snap it. In that case,
it's up to the defense.
It's up to the defense now. Kind of surprised that Mark didn't just kneel down on the football 4 times in that situation. But it's a defensive, up to a defensive stop now. Lowell is going to get the ball first and 10. They're on about their own 13-yard line. They need to go 87 yards in 1 minute and 20 seconds. You must see the football in the air now. Lowell used most of its timeouts.
And that's what they do. They spread the field wide.
Chelmsford defensive backs are going to be tested.
Senek in the shotgun. Dropping, looking. Fires. He's got a receiver.
And they kept him in bounds. Lowell has to come immediately to the line of scrimmage now. Clock is running at 1:11. Nick Hansen making a real nice stop.
James Shaughnessy. Let's see what the fumble looked like down there. Oh, Brown just lost it on the
He
snap.
got stepped on too. Somebody stepped on his foot there, and he just didn't have a chance to really. He did. I agree with you, Dan, but somebody glued his foot to the ground. And we got a flag on the play. I think Lowell might have brought a player onto the field illegally.
Illegal participation,
Right.
12 men on the field, offense.
Right. It's nice if you can get away with 12. It always helps, but usually you can't get away with it.
I remember last week they threw the flag on Chelmsford, and there were only 11 guys on the field.
And it happens. Even going back once again last week to watching Boston College, even those bright students down there tried to sneak 12 people onto the field now. So, but you can't put it past those officials. They've got that 1 to 11 number system down pretty well. 57 seconds to go in the game. 21-20, Chelmsford. Lowell is going to be marched even deeper back in its own territory now. They're inside the 10. And they've got about second down and about 15 to go.
57 seconds. This crowd's still really not into it. Lions trying to get them going, and they're just not getting going. But Senek again in the shotgun. Gets a snap. It's a low snap. He's got a man open.
And that's
Sharp up on top of him. Wow.
the key there, Dan, is that they kept him in bounds. They kept the clock running. And Lowell, I think, has taken its last time out.
Yeah. That was quite fun to see. Marcus Wilson, 6'1", 180, against Greg Jarvis, who was 5'7", 135, a junior.
That play looked to me, Dan, like the setup to the flea flicker, and where the receiver goes down and stops, makes the catch. And
we have a charge timeout against White. That's their 5th timeout. We have a dead ball foul, personal foul against Red. First down.
And there's our replay. There's Jarvis hanging on. Unfortunately, we got a Chelmsford penalty on that play, which we did not need. 34 seconds left to go in the and Lowell takes its last time out. Chelmsford, the score, the clock shows 34 seconds left in the game. And Chelmsford is trying to defend against Lowell. Lowell has the ball on the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line. They're out of timeouts. I really believe that last play was a setup for this next play, and I hope the coaches are talking about that. The key here is to keep the Lowell receiver in bounds, because if they make one more play, the clock continues to go. There's no way Lowell stops the clock, and that should pretty much end the game. So Lowell, if they've got a gadget, this is the time it's got to be shown.
There's a prevent. What I think Lowell may try to do if they get into the situation where they need the clock stopped, do the spike play.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure how much time they'd have to get back to the line of scrimmage. They might be able to do that. I think Lowell would love to get down someplace around the 20, give their kicker a shot at it. Chelmsford is going to drop way back, trying to defend the entire football field, keep the receivers in front of them. Just don't let anybody slip through their hands, that's all.
In the prevent defense right now.
And this looks like it could be flea flicker time on the side. And it's way down the field. This could be
picked off.
Intercepted, I believe. That's right. Number 25 for Chelmsford.
That's Dan Willett.
Dan Willett makes the play. Clock shows 25 seconds. This time, I think Mark Brown will kneel down, and that should end the football game.
Wow, that's what they needed to come up with. 2 big defensive plays in the half that they needed to come up with. The interception by Palumbo and now the interception by Willett, and they made them both times.
I know one thing, Dan. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the replay of this football game myself. I would like to see some of the key plays in this game one more time. Both schools are quitting themselves well. Here's the replay of the interception. Senek has a nice arm. Just tosses this thing way down the field.
If he did complete that pass, there may have been a block in the back there.
And this has got to be a kneel down. And it is, and that's going to end it. Referee won't mark this ready for play, and that's going to bring the end of a football game. Heartbreaking loss, Dan, for the Lowell High School Red Raiders. Victory number 5 for Chelmsford. 5-0, halfway through the season, but they got scared tonight.